Morning, everyone. Welcome to Pilates. You have Leah and Sarah here today. Um, for today's class, well, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about Pilates. Pilates is a weight-bearing exercise, so it uses the weight of your body. You do not need any additional weights, such as dumbbells or soup cans or water bottles. You just need yourself and either a chair, as Sarah will demonstrate, or a mat. For today's purposes, we are going to use a strap, or if you have a scarf, like Sarah's showing, or if you have a belt, that would be really great. But yeah, Pilates focuses primarily on our abdominals or our core. And as some of you have taken class with me before, I've told you and talked to you a lot about your core, thinking of it as a pillar. So we want to include also our shoulders and our hips. So that's what Pilates focuses on. It focuses on and encompasses the whole section of the pillar. So your shoulders, your abdomen, and your hips. And so that is what we'll be focusing on these next 4 weeks through Channel 992 on Thursday mornings. So you will have 2 different options to follow along, as I've mentioned. So if you want to start out in your chair and you work your way up to the floor, that's just great. If you have questions on the movements and you want us to swing by your apartment, we can show you how to do them in person if that's more helpful. But either way, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so wherever you find yourself, go ahead and find a comfortable seat to start. You'll need your prop at this time, so go ahead and grab that. And on an inhale, raise the prop up over your head. Exhale, bend one elbow as you send the opposite arm to the side. Inhale to center, exhale, lateral movement. We move back and forth. Move at your own pace and what feels best in your body this morning. Good. As you inhale, lift up and find length. Use the strap to lengthen throughout your sides and into your back. A couple more repetitions. If your arms just aren't ready for this yet this morning, take some time and do some shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls, whatever feels best in your shoulders and in your body. Let's do 2 more on each side, please. Last one. Great job. Now release your strap down in front of you, bringing your arms directly out from your shoulders, and we repeat the same concept, bringing one arm to the side as we bend the opposite elbow. So again, just creating movement, space, and opening through your shoulders. Move at your own pace, or you can stay with Sarah or I. Add a little bit of resistance against yourself as you pull your strap, as if it's moving through peanut butter each direction. And come back to your breath with moments of tightness or stickiness. But continue to breathe, everyone. We're just about through this little warm-up phase on our shoulders. Last 3, 2, 1. Great job. You may set down your prop. We are all through with that for now. This next one is called a goalpost. So we will reach our arms up, creating a goalpost with our arms, just like a football goalpost. And on an inhale, draw your elbows, forearms, and palms in towards one another. Exhale, open up and squeeze your elbows back towards your spine. Inhale, bring your arms in. And exhale, open up. Good. Continue to move with this pattern, breath to movement, as you open your arms and as you close your arms. Just continuing that pattern of awakening our shoulders, but now we're working into our chest. After sitting all day long, finding ourselves here in this position, this is a really great movement to open up. But keep breathing. We have a couple more here. Wherever you're at, make sure that you are in a comfortable seat. If you're in your chair, follow along with Sarah's form. She has her feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. She's sitting tall and upright. If you're on the ground with me, just make sure you're comfortable and upright. 2 more. 1 more, last one. Finish it out. Good. Release your arms down. Give them just a little bit of a break. Take some movement in your head and your neck if you need. There's no right or wrong here. Just take exactly what you need after awakening your shoulders. Great job. Begin to find stillness and bring your head back to center. Now we have single arm rotation Bring your one arm out to the side, doesn't matter which arm, and we'll begin to create circles. Again, we want to fire the muscles throughout our shoulders. This is a really great one. Rotation is easy on the shoulder joint rather than typical overhead movements that we do throughout the day. This is a nice, gentle movement to awaken your shoulders. Switch directions. Good, and wherever you're at, continue to breathe. If you aren't feeling it in your shoulders by now, hopefully you will here in just a couple seconds. Either that or my shoulders are really sore. 3, 2, 1. Release your arm down and switch to the opposite side. Reach your arm out and begin to create circles. Good. Continue to breathe throughout. Switch directions. Great job, everyone. Keep it up. We'll add both arms at the same time in 3, 2, 1. Bring both arms forward. Open up nice and big, as if though you are swimming. We'll do 2 more, moving forwards. Last one. And let's bring it backwards. Both arms at the same time. Big circles opening through your chest and your back. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release down. This next one here is some breath work with rotation. So we will take a breath in and reach our arms up overhead. And as we exhale, twist to one side of your body. Hold here. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose or sun pose. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Now you are off on your own. Use your breath to propel this movement. Some slight rotation will awaken our spine and even into our abdomen. Your breath is so important to help awaken your abdomen. So continue to breathe. You can move as slowly or as quickly as you'd like, but remember, this is the first little bit of rotation that we're doing, maybe even thus far in your morning. So be easy on yourself. Take it easy. You don't need to force any type of rotation that's not there. A couple more on each side, please. Awesome. Even it out. 1 more each side. Finish it out. And on an inhale, raise your arms up over your head. Full long body stretch. Exhale, release your hands down. For those of you on your mat, join me in tabletop. For those of you in your chair, stay seated. We are going to move through some cats and cows. For those of you on the floor, tuck your toes. Bring your knees hip distance apart and all arm joints stack underneath one another. On an inhale, tuck your chin into your chest. Round through your spine and tuck your tailbone underneath you. Exhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, bring your chin up towards the ceiling. And we move breath to movement. Inhale, cat pose. And exhale, cow pose. Last little bit of our warm-up here. So take exactly what your body needs. I like to take a couple C stretches from side to side. I also like to wiggle my hips, but I'm not going to do that on camera today, so do that at home if you'd like. Take any additional movement that you need. We have a couple more breaths here in your cat and cow. Again, this is important as we awaken our spine, our abdomen, and even into our hips. So take those tail wiggles if you want. Waggles. Take your tail wiggles. We're trying to shoot this in one video, so there's going to be some mess ups today, everyone. Give us a little bit of grace. Couple more here. Finish it out. On your next inhalation, find stillness in your seat or tabletop. And when you are ready on your mat, swing your legs around and take a seat. We'll begin with our very first movement, which is a crunch. For those of you in your chair, you will perform a seated crunch. For those on the ground, you will join me for a crunch. So on the ground, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands come behind your head. Inhale, look up and crunch. Exhale, lower down. Very good. Use your breath to help guide you through this movement. Your gaze is up, right? We are not at a rock concert. We're not just bobbing our heads up and down. We lift up as if a string is pulling us up. And exhale, lower down. Elbows are out of your peripheral, wherever you are at. You do not want to be able to see your elbows. Good. Continue with this movement. Everyone's doing so good. Crunches are the best way to find a little bit of heat, a little bit of fire in through the abdomen as we start. Make sure that your low back is glued to the mat and your feet are firmly planted on the floor, whether you are seated or on the mat. Let's do 6 more repetitions. At the top or at the bottom, if you are seated, we will pulse it out in 3, 2, 1. Lift or lower and pulse. Pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Lower all the way down. Take a seat. Release your arms down at your side. And bring one leg long. We'll move into leg circles. Point your toe away from your nose and create large circles in your leg. Wherever you are at, relax in your shoulders, relax through your jaw. We just caused a lot of tension through our head and our neck, so try your best to relax. Come back to your breath. We'll switch directions in 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. Big circles. We want to find nice, big, juicy rotation through the hip joint. Again, point your toe. If you are in your chair, follow along with Sarah as she lifts up her hamstring all the way, completely taking it away from the seat. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release your leg down. Switch to the opposite side. Ready, set, and go. Here we go. Big circle. Point your toe. Hug up through your core and find control in this movement. Slowly but surely, your quad's going to want to take over, and it will. Come back to the strength of your core and your hips. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Switch directions in 3, 2, 1. Switch directions, please. Big circles. Let the pops, the creaks, and the cracks out as you move all that good stuff around in your hip joint. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release your legs long. And on an inhale, raise your arms up over your head. We have a soft crunch. Okay, so we will inhale, come all the way up best you can, and exhale, twist, bringing your opposite hand towards your opposite foot. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift and crunch. I think I have our breath work backwards, you guys. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift and crunch. The outer edge of the opposite foot. Great job. Keep up with this momentum and move at your pace. Again, this is a movement you can work your way up to. If the floor doesn't suit you right now, hop into a chair. And you can always work your way up to this particular movement. Use your breath as a guidepost. Use control as you lower down. I shouldn't be able to hear you and your back hit the ground through the camera. My head's getting cut off. Keep going. Good job. We have 2 more on each side. I like to cheat a little bit and use my arms to help me propel up. Finish it out 1 more, make it even. Great job, everyone. Exhale, release all the way down and set up for scissor crunch. Bring your hands under your hips, glue your low back, right? So I shouldn't be able to, if I'm at your house right now, I should be able to fit my hand underneath your back. Your low back needs to be glued to the mat. So for example, see how my hand easily is sliding in and out. I'm having a little bit of an arch and curve in my pelvis. Tuck it underneath, and now look at it. It makes it very difficult for me to get my hand in and out. Okay? So that's step one. And in your chair, it's the same concept. You want to make sure when we do these 4 movements, you're seated at the edge of your chair, and you're seated forward on your pelvis. All right, scissor crunch. So legs come out long, and we bring our legs out wide. Exhale, crunch, and cross your legs. You're all stood up. There we go. Good job. Keep it up, everyone. We are flexed. Now, you will notice the lower your legs get, the more your low back's going to want to lift off the mat. My low back is super far off the mat, so what do I need to do? Lift my legs up. We don't want to compromise the low back, so if the legs need to be raised, do it. Keep it up. Come back to your breath work. Everyone's doing so great. Come on. Yes, you can do this. I know this one's a tough one. 10 more seconds. That's all you got to put in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower your legs down. Okay, for those of you on the floor, we're going to take just a moment and practice the rolls. For those of you in your chair, you can take a moment and just do some cats and cows, finding a little bit of flexion and extension in your spine. Those of you on the ground, bring your hands to the front of your knees. And just use the momentum of your body to practice a couple rolls. We have one more. Once you've built up the momentum, see if you can't roll all the way up to your glutes and have a seat. All right, so let's find a neutral spine, a neutral seat. For those of you in the chair, grab a hold of the edge of your seat. We will set up 4 heel drops. On your mat, you will bring your hands to the mat. On an inhale, lift both of your legs up off of the floor. Parallel your shins. Press your chest out. I want you to think as if though I've got my finger here pointing and pushing into your spine. All right. Inhale, lift up your shins. Exhale, drop your heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heel drop. Great job. Here we go. Lower and lift. Good. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. You can do this. Keep breathing. Almost done. Woo. Good job, everyone. You're doing so great. Here we go. One more each side. Yes, you can. Keep breathing. Last one. Awesome job. Lower down nice and easy. If I were at your house, I know you wouldn't have just done one of these, right? Keep that in mind as we continue on. Next one, we have clamshells, and in your chair, we have openers, hip openers. So on your mat, find yourself lying on your side. Bring your hand to support your head. Pull your heels in towards your glutes and align your body in one straight line. Maybe if you feel like you're leaning forward, roll your shoulder up and back. Okay, with your leg, we will lift up, keeping the feet glued together and lower down. If you're in the chair, please follow Sarah. We're moving on to our hip work and our hip strength here. Great job, everyone. Keep it up. Keep breathing. We're feeling this movement here in our glute med. This is an important muscle that helps assist with lateral movement. So moving from side to side, getting in and out of a vehicle, getting in and out of the shower, the bathtub. Those types of movements are really important for our everyday life. So we're going to be here for just a little bit longer. Great job. Keep breathing. Yes. And to Sarah's point, you want to make sure that you are sitting nice and tall, almost as if though there's a string, just as we talked about at the beginning, pulling you upright. Because if you don't, then we aren't focusing on the muscle that we need. Okay, my hips screaming. Last 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower it down. Switch sides. Let's hit the opposite side. yourself up wherever you are at in one long line. Pull your heels in towards your glute. Here we go. Lift up and lower down. All of your weight should not be dumped into this hand here. Roll your shoulder up and back. In fact, come up onto your fingertips if you can. Again, keeping your feet glued together is important here. You're doing so great. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. I need to see what's next. I apologize. Okay, go ahead and roll over onto your back wherever you are at. And in your chair, you'll just want to sit forward in your chair. We have alternating knee to chest, okay? Alternating knee to chest. So lying on our backs or sitting down, extend your legs long. And on an inhale, draw one knee in towards your chest as you slowly crunch up to grab the outer edge, or the outer, your shin bone rather. So then lower back down, crunch up to grab the opposite knee. Now again, it is a crunch. We are not at a rock concert. Our heads are banging forward and looking down towards our waistband. Our eyes are up the entire time. Toes are flexed. The movement comes from your core. And by adding the knee lift, we engage our hip flexors and our hamstrings. 3 more. Awesome. Last 2. 1 more each side. You've got it. Great work. Lower everything down. Take a moment if you need to windshield wiper your legs. For those of you in your chair, maybe you just need to do some ankle circles. All right, next one here, we have flutter kicks. Woohoo! I know you were all looking forward to these. All right, same thing here. Glue your low back to the mat. Extend your legs long, and this time we will point our toes rather than flexing. On an inhale, lift both of your legs up off of the floor and breathe throughout as you flutter kick your legs. Here we go. Again, just because I may have the strength, I'm compromising my low back by bringing my legs all the way down. So I'm going to lift them up just a little bit. Tuck my tailbone underneath. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you flutter kick your feet, just as long as you keep moving. Breathing throughout is so important here. Do not hold your breath. 5 more seconds because you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can pull your knees into your chest if you need it, or take any additional movement in your chair. All right, last one here is a spine stabilizer. For those of you on your mat, we will move into Supermans. You will need to roll over onto your belly. For those of you in your chair, you can do some cats and cows again here. All right. So on the ground, glue your feet together. Arms are long in front of you. Gaze is down at your mat. On an inhale, everything lifts, and exhale, everything lowers. Good. Continue with this breath pattern as you move your body. Good job. Keep breathing. Glue your feet together and engage your glute muscles. Squeeze them together. It's important that you keep your gaze down rather than lifted, as this can cause a potential injury to your neck. Good job, everyone. Keep working. Keep breathing. We have 3 more repetitions. Last 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Release down. For those of you on your belly, come into tabletop. And you can swing your legs around and have a seat. Let's begin our cool down. Great job today, everyone. I hope you feel super great and nice and warm. Again, you can always work your way up, or if something doesn't feel good in your body, choose the option that Sarah has. So let's begin with supine or seated figure 4. Bring your ankle to the top of your knee. Send your hips forward and glue your hands to the mat. Push up through your chest. And when you are ready, then you can hinge forward into the stretch. This muscle that we're focusing on right now is your piriformis. It's a very small, easily aggravated muscle. Sitting for long periods of time can really upset it and cause pain throughout your low back and down into your hamstring. This muscle gets tight, it closes off the pathway for a major nerve. So you can tend to feel pain throughout your leg. So it's a really great stretch to help with that. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, release your legs. Switch to the opposite side, please. Bring your ankle to the top of your knee. Sit up nice and tall. And then when you are ready, you can hinge forward. Continue to breathe here. Oftentimes when we get into a stretch, it kind of takes our breath away. Maybe it's because the muscle's tight, but come back to your breath. That will help your muscle melt like butter. Of course, we never want to stretch to the point of pain. So if it's truly taking your breath away, then maybe ease up a little bit. Good. Take a breath in, sit up tall. And exhale, release down. Next one, we have a forward fold or a hamstring stretch. Okay? So on an inhale, raise your arms up over your head. And on an exhale, hinge forward. Lift up through your chest and lead with your heart on the floor. In your chair, turn to the side, drop your outer knee down, create a 90-degree bend in your knee, and point your toes to the ground. Do your best to relax your knee so that your hamstring does not cramp up. Keep breathing here. Inhale, slowly make your way up. Sit up all the way. We'll do that stretch once more so that Sarah can get the opposite side stretched out nice and good. I love forward fold, so we can do this one again. Inhale, raise up, and exhale, forward fold. Great job today, everyone. Come back to your breath. So as we mentioned at the beginning, we will ask that you join us on Channel 992 Thursdays, but if in case you miss our Pilates, join us on YouTube. If you need help accessing YouTube, please let us know and we can help you with that. On an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Good. Exhale. Come to a comfortable seat and we'll focus on a couple more chest opening stretches. So on an inhale, raise your right arm up high and exhale, bring it back behind you, finding a gentle twist as we open up through our chest. Now, inhale, bring your gaze up and exhale, bring it over the opposite shoulder to deepen through your chest and into your neck. Continue to breathe. Good. Inhale, come back to center and unwind. And let's switch sides. Inhale, reach your arm up. Exhale, bring it back behind. Inhale, bring your chin up. And exhale, bring your gaze over your opposite shoulder. Good. Keep breathing. One more breath in and out. Good. Inhale, relax, and come forward. So we're getting close to that 30-minute mark. This concludes a Pilates class, but if you want to stay on these next 2 minutes, there will be a couple of bonus movements for those of you who are able and capable of getting onto the floor. So the 2 bonus movements are planks and bird dogs. So if you'd like to join me, if you're able and capable, please join me on the mat. These are some bonus movements for those of you who can do movements on the floors and feel comfortable with that. For now, we will all wave goodbye to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us. All right, so those of you on the mat, for your extra bonus movements, we have a plank. Good. You have a couple options for your plank. Come down to your knees and your hands, right? So a plank isn't this. This is tabletop. So bring your knees slightly back, hinge your hips forward, and align all arm joints on top of one another. This is a really great first option to lay the foundation. The next option is to come up onto your tiptoes. Take what option feels best for you. Join me in the next 3, 2, 1. We hold plank pose. Keep breathing. Press down into the L shape of your hand. Spread all 10 digits wide on your mat and come up onto your toes. You can do this. Keep breathing. Once you feel a little shake come in, we will stay for a couple more seconds after that. Squeeze your butt cheeks together and engage your hamstrings. This is a total body movement. But yeah, we're not moving. Right? We're finding an isometric hold. 10 seconds remaining. Yes, you can. Stay here with it. Last 5, 4. Press down into your hands. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release down to your knees. Set up for bird dog. We find ourselves in tabletop. On an inhale, reach your right arm and your left leg out from your body. Reach nice and long. Bring your gaze down at your mat. Inhale to stay. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Great job. We have 10 on this side. Good. Keep breathing. We are halfway. 5 more to go. Yes, you can. This one's a tough one. It really tests our balance, our core strength, and our coordination. Last one. Awesome. Switch sides, please. Here we go. Inhale, everything reaches. Exhale, crunch it. 10 total repetitions. Sarah was just leaving us. Almost done, halfway through. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me on these extra bonus movements. If you want, take some cat-cows to finish it out. Thank you so much for joining us on our Pilates video. We will see you again soon. Stay posted for our rotating classes every month. They will always change. So as you know, this month is Pilates and next month will be a surprise. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you guys have an amazing day.